Hashtag no music, no intro. We are back. Saints Block Party Podcast coming at you, presented by Precious Works LLC. If you have any business website needs, hit up our guy, Bajan. Oh, buddy. We had 37 people waiting, just waiting for us to start on YouTube.
Just cooling.
Just chilling. So if you're already watching this or you're watching this later on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe. Turn your notifications on. It's a busy day. Happened today, Wolf. Shout out to Justin Cash with the $1 super chat.
Thank you, Just.
Let's just, in cases maybe this is the first time you stumbled upon our show and what have you, we are Saints Block Party Podcast. I am Adam, joined by my co-host, my friend, my buddy, my pal, Ryan, a.k.a. Wolf. We have covered, the Combine twice, multiple pro days, Senior Bowls. I'll be at the USC Pro Day on Thursday. So we have covered various sporting events in relation to the New Orleans Saints. And it's time to dig into, this was day one of NFL tampering period. It started at 9 a.m. my time, 11 a.m. Central Time, and it was just funny to watch it, how it just processed live, right? Just because it happens like this every year. Saints don't do a lot. Then the first couple of moves, they re-signed John Ridgeway, good little move, although $30 million anyway. Re-signed John Ridgeway, and then they went out and got a punter from the Vikings, Ryan Wright, a punter, which it got lambasted that they signed the punter from the Vikings, but then the true sickos are like, yeah,
let's go.
Yes. Got a fucking punter in the building, nigga. Because special teams has been such a huge thing with punting and kicking, and so them signing Ryan Wright, who is an upper echelon punter in the league, kind of set the move. But then people are like, oh, we signed a fucking punter. And then boom, 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 boom. Travis Etienne signs formerly of the Jags. And then maybe an hour or so later, boom, guard, David Edwards.
The guard.
The guard we've been talking about for mid-season, Wolf. Had to pop that. We've been talking about David Edwards since the mid-season, if not before mid-season, Wolf. So the fact that it happened, it was and then at the end they signed Noah Fant on a 2-year deal.
A little parsley, just a little.
You know how us Negroes do. Just sprinkle, as Luke would say, just sprinkle it on.
Little Negro seasoning right there.
Just sprinkle. We don't even know what parsley for, bro. We just sprinkle that shit in.
Just Negro glitter.
But I want to just take a moment, right? Justin said, shout out to Will Clapp. Yes, I think Will Clapp, former.
Clap.
Hey, listen.
Make him clap.
Clap them cheeks. He's vital.
I don't know who that was. Was that Mike Garoppolo or was somebody that put that on? Garofalo.
Yes,
whatever.
It was.
That was Garofalo that put that out there. It was hey, David Edwards has a connection with, Will Clapp, who's now the Saints' assistant offensive head coach. I was like, oh, that's interesting. It's not it's just the fact that somebody would put that out there. I was like, oh,
it stood out to me that was mentioned, because if you know the insider game enough, they don't put shit out like that out for no reason.
It's not like he just put that together himself. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It was
no.
He was just sitting there looking at it. No, okay, so word got around. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, yes. Interesting.
But I want to take a step back and just a little self-reflection, right? Go back to the episode if you're new to this, or maybe you're not new. If we gave people, this wasn't even Patreon only. We gave people the step-by-step game plan of potentially what was going to happen early in free agency back on February 26th. I was in Indianapolis covering the Combine, recorded that episode. I was in my hotel room. Was like, damn, I hope this Wi-Fi holds up. able to upload it the next day. Step-by-step instructions. We say on this podcast, the Saints in free agency wanted a guard, wanted tight end, wanted wide receiver, wanted a running back. Also said on that same podcast that they were very interested in David Edwards. And then I don't want to act like I was the first person with the Travis Etienne news. That was a combination of Art Breer and Matthew Berry. That's the information that they had heard at the combine. But following up on it, I did kind of get the news. I got the news that the interest was real, but part of the reason why Travis Etienne was so interested in potentially playing for the Saints is that he's from Jennings, Louisiana. He wanted to go back home. So, I mean, I don't think, maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll still hear the no sources thing. I think we've, at this point, have put ourselves in the discussion of, like, we do this. Like yes, it's not our primary job, but, like, this is what we do.
At this point, you know, if you just don't want to, you know, you're still questioning us, like, okay, like just move on. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna keep on putting the information out there that we know is legit. When it's not legit, and we're gonna give it to you real. If it's something that's just kind of like that we're hearing, we're not 100% sure, we're gonna tell you. You know, if it's something that's like looking real, we're gonna let you know. So, you know, just rock with us. We are not those types of people that just want to get clicks and clickbait and get clout and all that stuff. No, we doing this for a reason, and you know, hopefully we built enough trust with everybody who's listening to us, and especially the people that's been rocking with us day one.
For real. My big takeaway after day one. And obviously, like, these signings have to become official, like, on Wednesday. I was like, I don't even know if I should say this, but the most Saints thing ever would be one of the players, pulling the Anthony Barr, bro.
It's so rare, but it does happen.
It happens, like, I know Anthony Barr did it when he was going to sign with the Jets and he stayed with the Vikings, and there was another one I can't think of. But anyway,
didn't like Milton Williams have something last year?
That was more. That was never like announced though. Like,
yeah, it's true.
Anyway, assuming all these signings become official on Wednesday, my biggest takeaway from today, and I said it even back on that episode on the 26th of February that we recorded, is that he may not be the rah-rah guy. He may not be like that stern, like, tough asshole head coach, but I will give Kellen more credit in the sense that he has a football keen eye for self-scouting in the areas in the areas that the team needs to improve on. Because he, out the gate, tight end, running back, guard, punter, I'm sure they're not done, but really they came out. He said, Mickey, I need this. This is what I need for this team to be successful. This is what I need for Tyler Shuck to maybe take the next step and maybe just take the pressure off him a little bit. And it's very refreshing for him to have that keen eyesight of how the team needs to improve.
No question, bro. Like, and that to me builds so much trust going forward. Just seeing that, because last year it was really hard to know. You know what I'm saying? Last year he was coming in kind of late in the process. He's coming into a kind of a team that's in a kind of disaster. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the whole Derek Carr thing, he's part of the team that is not a part of the team. Cap hell, roster in flux, roster is terrible. So we really didn't really know what is the vision for Kellen Moore. Like, what is your vision? And honestly, I don't think last year he was able to truly implement his vision. He just had to kind of, see what he has in the stable already, and then just work with what he has, whatever resources that we had. We didn't have a lot of money in free agency to spend last year. We had some draft picks, and he had to make the most of it. And I think now, having had a season to see where we at, you got to see Tyler Shuck, you got to see what we have on the offensive line, what we had from the previous draft class. Now you're able to pinpoint and see, okay, where do we need to build? Where are the must, needs, and wants? Where are the holes in our roster? And if you every signing they had today, literally targets an extremely huge hole on
Boom,
the team,
boom.
especially the offense. Especially the offense. So it just was so nice to see a free. I was trying to think like when was the last time we had a free agency like this? Like not
Like
only hitting
this,
like names, like you're getting good names and all that, but you're also like hitting really, really good needs. Like it was like, man, I can't even remember, bro.
it's been a minute. It's been a minute. So I put up this graphic that was made just kind of in terms of the deals. We'll get into the departures of Demario and Alante and all that, but we're still kind of hitting the focus on the free agents that the Saints did on board. Let's start with the Travis Etienne thing. So he got a $52 million deal. He's basically getting. So I was told like the deal is 13 million a year, but I think the actual number is maybe closer to 12 million a year, and it can get up to 13 with incentives. It was weird. Like I, even in our Discord, there are people who were like kind of like lukewarm or not great, like not happy about the idea of the Saints signing Travis Etienne, and that like was a very confusing thing for me because I get it. Like he may not be like a true RB1 that people were expecting or wanting, but he brings when I watched his highlights in 2025, I was like, he's basically what the Saints were wanting Kendre Miller to be, but he is able to do that and he actually stays healthy.
Yeah. Perfectly said. Perfectly said. He's a good running back, man. Like I don't know, like just a good ass running back. He's explosive. Makes he could make explosive plays, long runs. He can get the some of the short yardage. I think that's probably his weakness is like some of those like real short yardage stuff, but he's not bad at it. Catch the ball, like it's a good just a good 3-down running back, man, and he's juice. Like what we've been screaming about for long. Juice. This team needs juice, man.
And I'm sorry, bro. Like, I'm not going to turn my nose up to offensive juice. I'm not going to do it, Wolf. I'm not going to do it.
I do think part of the reason some people might not love it is because not even just the money. We get to the money, but it potentially knocks Jeremiah Love off the board at 8. I'm not saying they wouldn't draft Jeremiah Love. He's there at 8, but I don't think like investing this much money in a running back. I don't think they would go Jeremiah Love.
I can't see it. And I was told that even before today, like potentially if they were able to add, a running back, but especially like pay like top dollar for a running back free agency, that one, the chances of Jeremiah Love being there at 8 at this point it seems very slim to none. Like it just seems very slim to none that he's going to be available at 8.
And you can't approach it like that. Like you can't approach like, well, I'm not going to try. I'm just not going to pay. I'm not going to sign a running back right now, even though we really need one. I'm not going to sign one because then you get to a point where like, okay, well, we have to draft Jeremiah Love. Then you're talking about trading up and all that stuff. No, like go ahead and sign a good running back that will fit in your system and keep it moving.
And I saw something on Twitter where people with what the Chiefs and the Saints did today, like they saw it as like a causation of like, well, because the Chiefs and the Saints realized that Jeremiah Love's not going to be there when they pick. Now it's like they didn't operate in that. They didn't operate in that mindset. Like they wanted to add a running back, regardless of the whole Jeremiah Love situation. Like so I just wanted to kind of clear. Like I saw someone, I think it was, I don't know, the fantasy football guy, one of the fantasy football guys, like put that out there, and I'm like, that has literally nothing to do with what I can't speak for the Chiefs, but I know for the Saints, like that had nothing to do with what they wanted to do. But to get Travis Etienne, the one thing I'm a little bit worried about with Travis Etienne, we saw it more with Kellen and Shuck later in the season in utilizing the running backs in the passing game and the screen game and things like that, because Travis Etienne is really good at that. Can Kellen utilize Travis Etienne in the passing game? That we saw glimpses of it last year towards the end of the season, but one of his better traits is him being a pass catcher and being utilized in the pass game. And historically, Kellen just doesn't use running backs in the receiving game a lot.
Right. Other than like just check downs and simple little swing passes, but he does like as far as like really just getting funky in the pass game with a running back and like using them and scheming them up. Just hadn't done that much, but we did see more towards the end of last season with Devin Neal and Estime. And so maybe having somebody like Travis Etienne will kind of open that up for him. I hope so.
I give Kellen this. He has shown, and I know we were hard on Kellen throughout the season last year. He has shown even growth of the sense of even before he got, or even when he was hired as head coach, what were we told? And not just what we were told, it was just factually true. Kellen Moore doesn't use motion. He does he's very static in using motion in his offense, blah, blah, blah. Comes to the Saints, and they were like the top 5 team in utilizing motion for the season.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So he has shown this adaptability to kind of change like trends about him.
Yep.
So you would think that hopefully with Etienne being added to the mix, that he'll utilize that. Then becomes the question, Alvin Kamara.
Yes.
Ian Rappaport kind of maybe hinted at it that maybe AK might be looking towards retiring. Adam Schefter put out a tweet. Sorry, Matt Harmon just texted me something. Something breaking right now on the pod. Let's see. Oh, no. She said something regarding the Patriots are interested in Chris Olave and like Romeo Dobbs. Josina, all I'm gonna tell Josina is hit up our dude Bajan regarding your website, like in the font.
Upgrade.
Let's fix that shit. Pressure Works LLC, please. Like we don't got no wide receivers as it is. They go like what? Like what? What? Okay, all right. But I forgot even the point that I was making. But I wanted to kind of just tie it in. Oh, AK. His future with the team is very murky, very up in the air.
We didn't talk about the little roster, the little restructure they did, right?
Oh, bro. Yeah. It was a fascinating restructure that I heard had the NFL not very happy, which is hilarious.
I'm waiting. Honestly, I'm waiting for the NFL to come with some.
You know it's coming, bro.
I joked at the Discord. I was like, breaking news. You know, NFL is finding Saints a first round pick
for using a perfectly legal contract.
It's some shenanigans though, boy. I'm like, boy, the Saints off the hook with this one. I can't even explain it. Like,
bro, I can't explain it. Wolf.
I read a Ross Jackson article on it today. I was like, huh?
Even with Terrell trying to explain it in her what? What?
That's how niggas end up in jail, bro. Like, what? That's how you end up in prison. But at the end of the day, it's a move that basically it's a win-win for the Saints because it operates like a restructure. And if people don't know what a restructure is, they usually what the Saints usually do is they take a portion of the base salary, convert it to signing bonus, and basically prorate it over the length of the deal. And so it just creates like that cap space. So like $8 million, you create $8 million of cap space or whatever. That's essentially what they did with AK, but this is the last year of his contract, but he had void years. Right. So he was able to stretch that out. And also it doesn't guarantee any new money. Because usually when you convert the money, you're guaranteeing that money. That's why players don't mind when you restructure. They're like, shit, guarantee a chunk of my money? Okay, fine. You know what I'm saying? But this one didn't do that. It didn't guarantee any more money for Alvin Kamara. So he really gets nothing out of it. And he had no control over it pretty much. But the Saints get something out of it because they create cap space. And it also gives them flexibility to move on from him if they want to, like with a post June 1st or whatever. So it was just kind of like one of those things like, oh, okay, well, that's interesting.
It was just very, you couldn't ignore it. Yet you couldn't, it's something like you just couldn't ignore because it definitely brought into question his future with the team, even before the Travis Etienne signing. Then you throw the Travis Etienne signing on top of that. You have a running back getting, if not $12 million, maybe $13 million with incentives, which is basically the same amount that AK is getting per per year, something got to either works out. I guess one of three ways. It stays and they have that 1-2 punch. AK's cut and made a June 1st cut is option number 2, or AK's traded. Or I guess option 4 is he can retire, which Ian Rappaport hinted at. So there's 4 options on the table that can happen with the future of AK. I just think that for the sense I get from Saints fans is that already lost Demario Davis today in free agency. Cam Jordan's future's in the air. AK future in the air. It's a lot, but also like part of me is just like, and we'll get to it when we'll discuss it. It's just like I feel like Saints fans, especially, and Mickey Loomis used to do this a lot, but Saints fans and Mickey Loomis had this thing of just holding on to the past a little too long, like just holding on to it. And
even Sean to a certain extent.
Yep. And I think that's human nature because people are just overall just afraid of change. Like you can be in a job that you can't stand, but like you get comfortable, and so it's like I'm not looking for another job. Like this is what I know. But the fact that like regardless of how it happened, like Demario Davis was just out of their price range. We'll see what happens with Cam. This is essentially going to be this team is going to start looking more in the image of what Kellen Moore wants this team to be, like, and Brandon Staley to a lesser degree, which is important. So that all that said, kind of tying into the Travis Etienne piece with the David Edwards piece. One, I was surprised that they got David Edwards for the money that they got him. It's $15 million per year on paper, but it actually might be even closer to like that might be kind of incentive. I think it might be closer to that. I'll put this out there. The Saints originally had what word I'm looking for. I guess you could say buffers in terms of where like limits that they didn't want to cross in terms of paying free agents, initially free agency. And it seems like with David Edwards and Travis Etienne, like they went over those buffers. Like they just like but the fact that potentially you can put David Edwards right next to Calvin Banks, potentially right next to Eric McCoy, you got Fuaga. I just think the identity of this team. We can't even get into Noah Fett, who is tight end 2, good in the run game. You're seeing this vision of what this offense Kellen wants to do. He wants to be able to run the ball. He wants to be able to off that run action, do play action. I know David Edwards is a little older, whatever. It was shocking, not a little shocking to see that they got him because I heard some things prior to him signing with the Saints that it was going to be difficult for them to get him. But they got him, and we don't got to, like, there's still that one guard spot that a little shaky right now. Right now, that could change, but the whole demeanor of this offensive line feels different with the addition
completely
of
different. Completely different, bro. Like that was the move I was waiting on. Like even once we got ATN first, boom, that was awesome. I was happy. I need the guard because the running back ATN don't matter unless we address
that part,
that guard position.
That part,
and so it was interesting because in the beginning, really no guards were getting signed. You saw a couple of like tackles get signed. You saw a center or two get signed, but the offensive guard was quiet. I'm like, okay, was shaking, wasn't hearing nothing, no reports, nothing. Then boom, David Edwards. Then boom, Zion Johnson. Zion Johnson. And they just started rolling off. But for the Saints to get like the top guard in this cycle, like that's, bro, like that hardly ever happens for the Saints. I mean, I know there was the Jarvis Bird thing years ago where they got the top
Ben Grubbs,
safety.
baby. What you about Ben Grubbs?
Who?
Whoop. Ben Grubbs for the Ravens?
Get that Ben Grubbs out of here. That was basically like, well, couldn't get Carl Nicks. Here you go, Bill Grubbs. Take this little money.
Like the Marcus May signing after Marcus Williams to the Ravens.
Exact same thing. Exact same. And that's what I was assuming was going to happen with the Saints. Like, okay, they was going to go hard at David Edwards. He was going to go somewhere else, and they was going to take that contract and throw it at Zion. And well, I was going to say Ed Ingram, but he got signed early.
This
morning it came out that the Texans extended him, I was like, whoa, well, that one's one off the market. That was a big one, because in my mind, it was always going to be either David Edwards or Ed Ingram. Like, it was in that order. So when Ed Ingram came off, it was like, oh man, here we go, bro. Like, we're gonna be begging for. Like, I don't mind taking like Elijah Vera Tucker, but I don't want him to be like option one. Like,
right.
I want him like a backup plan. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like you a bachelor, and you got that number one choice, but you'll settle. You'll settle.
You got that little thing on. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like.
But I want that prime rib. I want that steak. Give me that steak. Where that 10 at?
But they pulled it off, bro. I couldn't believe it. And just like that, they completely reshaped their rushing offense, which was one of the worst in the league. Probably second worst or top worst. It was one of the worst running games in the league. And if y'all read up my film study that I did every game, every year,
Patreon.com/Saints Block Party, $3 a month, get you in there.
Get you in there. The run game was horrible, and it was 95% of it being bad came from the interior blocking, specifically the guard spots. Ruiz, Reduns, Penning. It was terrible. The other spot that made it really struggle, that people just don't talk about it because you really, really have to watch closely to see, was the tight end blocking. Because the tight end blocking was horrible. Jawan Johnson is not a blocker. I know people like to believe that Foster Moreau is like this good blocker. He's horrible. He is not a good blocker. At least he wasn't last year. Jake Stoll, terrible. All these guys were bad at blocking, and it completely affected the run game. So you go and you grab Noah Fant, somebody who they wanted to sign last year. When he was out in the streets. It didn't happen. He wound up going to the Bengals. He came in for a visit. I forgot that. I was like, he came in for a visit.
He sure did. Mm-hmm.
So they got him. Good blocker. I'm not going to say like he's like this stud tight end blocker. No, but I went and watched some of his all-22 today. He's what I would call like a good, willing tight end blocker. Like, he's willing. He's going to get in there. He's going to stick with it through the play. He's feisty. He's going to like block and play it well. We didn't not have that on the roster last year, Adam. Didn't have it.
And it allowed Kellen. It allows Kellen to go in more 12 personnel. And going back to the David Edwards piece, let's not forget that like the Bills have consistently, and this was like it's a combination of coaching because David Edwards was not drafted high. He like you said in our Discord, he built himself into the player that he is. Like, great coaching and also like just getting better, in the league. That he's coming from one of the better, if not best, rushing attacks in the entire NFL. Joe Brady, how he was calling plays with James Cook and that offensive line, and obviously using Josh Allen. Like, you're adding that to this team. And so just the thought of what that can do as a foundation for your run game. Incredibly smart. Like, there's a clip that Nate Tice had put up from, I don't know if it was this season or last season, where David Edwards knew that the right receiver was supposed to go in motion. So he's like pointing right receiver to go in motion. So you're getting a very heady, smart player. Like, one thing, and that's the thing, like, I didn't want them to go after Zion Johnson because I could not do with another dumb offensive lineman, Wolf. I couldn't do with another dumb. I can't do it, bro. Like, when his scouting report was that he struggled with TE stunts.
Oh.
What?
And then we see a clip today. I don't know if it was a highlight. It was an offensive guard highlight. Never see those of David Edwards, and he catching TE stunts. He's doing it all, bro.
Almost passed out, Wolf. I said this nigga picked up the end who was circling in at the TE. Bro, I was at work. I said, let me calm down. This nigga just like one, how sick is that we can pick that? Secondly, that's how long it's been.
That's how long it's been, bro. That's how long it's been. Because it's been a long road, bro. Like, at offensive guard, it's been a long road. Like, we used to joke about Andrews Pete so much to the point we was missing Pete. Like, please come back, Pete. Just come back, bro. We sorry.
Our bad, Pete. Our bad. let's take a break right here, and we'll come back, talk about the other moves, talk about the departures for the Saints. But let's take a break and hear from our sponsor from Precious Works LLC. Overall, I just want to get your impression after day one of free agency of how you're feeling.
Oh, I feel great, man. Like, I see the vision. Like, what have we been asking for pretty much
6 years?
Length of this podcast. What is the vision? What's the vision? And I see the vision. Like, I see what Kellen Moore is cooking. His vision makes sense. That's the beautiful thing. It makes sense. Like, how many times have we seen the Saints do moves like, huh? What? What are y'all doing? Not this time. Not this time, bro. Like, I'm like, okay, thank you. That makes sense. You go out and get a punter, pay big money for a punter. Ross Jackson made a good point earlier. I was listening to his pod. He was like, that punter move, those are the type of moves you're allowed to do when you have like a young quarterback under a rookie contract. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're paying $50, $60 million for a quarterback, you're not about to pay no $8 million guaranteed for no punter. That's just something you can't afford to do. You know what I'm saying? But now you can make those moves. And just the fact that that's something that they looked at that we know was not a good position for this team. And it's an underrated, very underrated part of football that people don't really pay attention to. But it's huge. It's huge. It affects your defense. It affects your offense. It affects the flow of games. It allows you to win games. It puts you in the winning positions. Yes. And to go get one of like the best punters on the market, a top 10 punter as far as what I see, as far as like his kicking and, hang time and all that stuff. I don't break down all that, but I know when a punter is good and I know when it ain't. And he's a good punter, bro. Like, and think about punters, they're not so much like field goal kickers where they kind of just get in the funks. Usually when you find a good punter, they're a good punter. They might have a couple of bad stretches here and there, but usually punters are good punters. You know what I'm saying? When they're good. Whereas, field goal kickers, they could just fall off the map at any moment.
And with like their confidence and everything kind of get shot.
Yeah.
So you had this graphic made. I wanted to share it before we moved to Astray. But last year, just starting with Travis Etienne, he had 7 total rushing yards. He had 26 explosive, which means runs of 10 plus yards. 26, Wolf. Do you know like how long it's been? Like where we just.
I wanted to go look it up to see how many the Saints had total as a team. I know it ain't 26. I can tell you that much.
No. And most of them probably came from like Taysom Hill in the last couple of years. They weren't coming from running backs. Whether that be mostly like some of it offensive line, some of it like the personnel. 45 forced missed tackles.
14th in the league.
14th in the league. He had 7 rushing touchdowns, but he also had like quite a few. It's not on him. He had like quite a few like receiving touchdowns as well. He had like double-digit touchdowns for last season. But David Edwards looking dark as hell. Is that Devontae? Is that Devontae Edwards?
Wow, racist, brother. I see David Edwards. Is that a Negro name? Well, let's just make him kind of caramelish so we can.
Deron Edwards played 1,035 offensive snaps last year. Only 1 hit allowed and 3 total penalties. The penalty thing is huge because how many fucking mistakes did we see from the offensive line just across the gamut, but especially like the guards that false starts, holding, all that. He had 3 total penalties for the whole season, including the playoffs. Nigga.
Bruh, look at that, bruh. And had over 1,000 snaps. Over 1,000 snaps, bro. Here's the beautiful thing. Over 1,000 snaps at left guard. At the position he will be playing with the Saints. I assume, like, unless they kick Reeves out. But I'm pretty sure he's going to be playing left guard because Redun's is not even on the roster right. They don't have a left guard right now. Put it like that. They don't have one. He's going to be filling that spot at left guard. And that just goes... That's really the story about this whole free agency class. They went and got guys with production, with good, legitimate production that you could go and watch the tape and actually see that they built a history of production, not like a 1 year wonder. None of this like, oh, he's been injured for years and maybe we can get it back. These were guys that have proven they're durable. They could play. They put out good tape. They got good heads on their shoulders. Like those are good signs. That's why I'm not tripping about the money. Yes, Etienne was the over. Anybody you signing today on the first day of free agency is getting overpaid. It's just the way the game works. If you don't want to overpay nobody, draft your ass off. That's the only way.
You have to,
because if you got to dive into free agency, especially early, and you want to get good players, you're going to have to pay them. And especially if you're the Saints, where you're not like a number one destination. You're not a Super Bowl. You're not the Chiefs, or you're not one of these teams that's always going to be in the mix. You have to like literally try to convince good players to come to your team while you're trying to build your reputation or rebuild your reputation again. So I'm not tripping about the money. I'm not tripping about paying Etienne a lot of money or, paying David Edwards money. Is like, it is what it is. Just kind of comes with the territory. But I'm happy that even though they overspent a little bit, maybe they did it on good players that you're not going to regret.
That part.
Or you shouldn't regret,
that part. And also, I want to add this part for Travis Etienne. Talking to my dude John Shipley, who is a beat reporter, covers the Jags for SI. He said that coming into the off season and preseason for the Jags last year, like the front office was like very intent on looking to trade Travis Etienne, but they were just so blown away with his work ethic, how he came in, how he was just great for the locker room, like great player that like he essentially with the work he put in, he forced the Jags to keep him an additional season when they had all intents and purposes of trading him when Liam Cohen kind of came in and took over. So like that's a testament. Like I think, and I say that to say like that is the type of player that the Saints are getting in Travis Etienne, which I think is a key part of it. Noah Fant, you had and it says he's a sure-handed tight end, one drop, 5.2 yards after catch per reception. So one thing, and now listen, like Noah Fant's going to be tight end too. Like I'm not expecting like a whole bunch, but one thing. And I don't know if it was like just being in Cincinnati. He had like 3 fumbles last year, and all 3 were. I don't even know how that happens. Well, that all 3 of his fumbles got returned for touchdowns last season, bro.
That's just some bad ass luck, bro. Bad ass luck, man. Like, I don't know what to say, but like you say, bro, he's gonna be tight end too. Nobody's expecting him to come in and catch 900 yards and all that stuff. Like, just come in and be like somebody said in our Discord, like just basically be like a younger version of Foster Moreau. You know what I'm saying? Like just come in, solid, block, catch the ball. I watched some of his tape, all 22, where they were playing like the Ravens and playing the Jags, and he was just doing a good job blocking, leaking out. Caught a touchdown versus the Browns where he's like in line blocking, then kind of leaked out. Nobody's covering him in the back of the end zone. He catches a touchdown. Simple players like that we've seen Kellen Moore, have the ability to design, but just didn't have the horses to really do it. So now that gives them one more horse where you can get him and Juwan on the field. And I don't think they've done that tight end. I think they still need more tight ends. Like whether that's in the draft, free agency, I don't know. But they need to add more.
I can report that. Well, we'll see what happens. I can report that they don't want to be done with tight ends in free agency. We already talked about them being interested in David Njoku. We'll see how that plays out. They may be in the market for another free agent tight end other than Njoku. Can't really say who that is, but all that to be said, like I don't think they're done at the tight end position. Like if they want to add, I think they do want to add another tight end and be able to go 12 personnel, be able to go 13 personnel, be very multiple in what they're doing formationally, and especially in the run game in regards to the offense. I think Kevin in the chat said that Elijah Vera Tucker got signed by the Patriots. Thanks for that, Kevin.
Nice.
Let me catch up on the chat real quick. TMC 31390 said Mick redemption season loading. I mean, it's hopefully, but like also like I think you tweeted it perfectly. Like those seasons that like he made some awful decisions. Like you just
2018 through 2024, and I'm just focusing on that. I can go a little further back if you want me to, but 2018 through 2024, they exist for a reason. It's like people
also,
like, oh,
like
we gotta apologize to Loomis. Like that's like a deadbeat dad that's been missing like half his life, and there's like he come back and he's doing good. He paying you little, give you some money and some toys. It's like, no, motherfucker, you still like a deadbeat. You doing what you're supposed to do right now, but no, I'm not forgiving you for that shit. It was great. You got to rebuild. You got to earn your trust back, and that's what he's doing. You got to earn it back for me, bro.
Perfectly said. Because like a lot of the moves that they're making, they have to make because of like decisions he made like in the past. Like
exactly.
What you doing? Like I'm supposed to apologize to this nigga for him doing his job correctly finally? Like atoning for his okay. All right, kiss my ass, bro.
Trying to fix what you already broke, bro. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Damon J said since they missed out on Lloyd, as in Devin Lloyd, who signed with the Panthers tonight, what about Caden Ellis? I mean, I would love Caden Ellis. I don't know how he would fit in Brandon Staley's defense. Like, I think that's I like Caden Ellis as a player. I think he's very like scheme specific though.
And also, like, I feel like Stutzman is like a young Caden Ellis a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I can see that.
Just kind of that style of linebacker. You know what I'm saying? I like Caden Ellis though. I wouldn't mind him coming back. Whatever to get Werner out of here, bro.
Bro, get Warner out, and then we talked about this, them still being interested in additional tight ends. I think they would like to add another guard. Wolf. I think if they can, depends on who the guard is. But
that would tell me so much. That would tell me so much if they go get another guard.
I think they want to get 51 out the paint, bro. I think they want him out the paint.
They didn't restructure Ruiz
or Warner.
They didn't restructure him. That surprised me. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't surprised because we had already talked about like Mickey Loomis, all that. But still, I thought they would just try to squeeze some more dollars out of Ruiz. But the fact they didn't do that, I was like, ooh.
And like they can, if they get, well, we'll see. Like I don't expect Chris Olave to be traded. I expect him to get a contract extension. Like. That will help their cap situation out because I'm sure they'll do it where like he'll get very little in the first year in terms of like base salary, but like I'm pretty sure the guarantees would be high. Yeah. And I would also say like, I think people should just anticipate like if Chris Olave does get extended, like that number is going to start with a 3. It's going to be a 3.
I think I might. I don't think I'm going to be on Twitter that day, bro. I think I'm just going to. Because I know it's going to annoy me, bro. The people are going to be unbearable when they see how much Olave going to get paid. That he's earned. He's earned that money.
He was a second-team All-Pro, Wolf. Like, listen.
Alex Smith's got, what, 29 million, 27 million?
27. Like, the Chris Olave, just from him, from that Patriots game where we were at for the SBP meetup, and we were just done. We were just like, we were just out on Chris Olave. Mm-hmm. What he's shown from there to end the season and like the second, people don't understand that second team All Pro is like worth gold to players and to agents, even if it was just regardless if it was second team or first team, that is worth gold. Like people were saying, like, oh, well, now they're gonna have to pay him more because of the Alec Pierce contract. They were gonna have to pay him more regardless because he was a second team All Pro.
Yeah, period, man. And he's this team's number 1 wide receiver.
Period.
Regardless if you feel like if he's a legitimate number one or whatever, he's this team's number 1. He is this team's number 1, and they get paid $30+ million. Just is what it is.
It is what it is. Let's talk about the Devin Lloyd thing really quickly. So he signed with the Panthers tonight for about $15 million year annually. I can say this that the Saints were interested in bringing Devin Lloyd in. So were the Bengals. It was like basically the Bengals, the Saints, and the Panthers were like the last 3 teams. But I was essentially told that once the Saints heard that it was $15 million, they were like, "We good." Mm-hmm. And that's a move I can appreciate them walking away from because I just have, I don't know, man. I can't explain it with Devin Lloyd. I don't know, Wolf. Like
Yeah.
But that also says that they are interested in, and I tweeted this out. They're interested in tight end, wide receiver, and I tweeted the tight end thing even before they signed Noah Fant, and I still think they're interested in tight end. Interested in wide receiver. They're interested in a linebacker, and they're interested in cornerback. And all this to say, this team, come April 23rd, next month, they want to be able to be on the clock and not be pigeonholed to drafting a certain player because of a need. And that's what smart, great football teams do, where you can just let the board come to you and just draft the best fucking football player who is on the board.
Period. That's what you hope to do after free agency. You hope to be able to check all your musts and needs, and maybe a one or two, and then once you get into the draft, it's just like, who do I have graded the best? Who do I have graded the best? And you go and take them. You go and take them and just add talent to your roster, and hopefully, it's look like the Saints are gonna have a chance to just add. I don't know how many total picks they have, but just add players to their roster. Just add talent, man. Add talent on a roster that needs talent. All over.
So let's get in. Yes, it does. So this will be saved for maybe our prospect of the week episode this upcoming week. I do have a couple of players who potentially have been, well, not potentially, or like maybe added to their cloud. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we talked about it on the Makai Lemon episode. Patreon only, YouTube only, of who their current cloud is. I think we listed 5 players. I would say 7 more players have been added to that we're going to talk about this upcoming weekend. So that's only Patreon only, YouTube member only. When we do the wide release, we cut that information out. So be on the lookout for that. Shout out to Damon J again with the $1.99 super chat. He said the draft is going to be so interesting. It is. So and I will say this, with how offensive heavy today's been for the Saints. So they added the running back, they added the guard, they added the tight end, they added the punter. And they lost 2 defensive players, linebacker, DB. They did resign Ridgeway, but I would not be surprised that if whoever they drafted 8, as of right now, right, this can change, right? I wouldn't be surprised if that's a defensive player. Just because whoever maybe the best defensive player is on the board at 8, because I think from their perspective, okay, we've allocated so much money to fix this offense, right? We need to go whoever the best player is at 8, maybe lean towards defense, and then maybe come pick 42. Maybe then they'll maybe add wide receiver, try to go different route with a different like an offensive player at 42. Also, I'm seeing a lot of things about Brian Thomas Jr. in the chat. I won't speak on it, Wolf. I won't speak on it. It's a lot of conjecture, and so not going to speak on it. Not going to entertain it right now. It's just a lot of conjecture, and I'll just leave it at that. But we before we kind of wrap up and get out of here, we have 101 concurrent viewers, 534 views right now. We appreciate y'all, love y'all being a part of this chat, being part of this live stream. Got to talk about the departure of Demario Davis and Alontae Taylor. Demario Davis taking his talents to the Jets, going back, quote unquote, home. Not home, because he said in the thing that New Orleans is always going to be home for him. And Alontae Taylor going to the Tennessee Titans and being paired and coached with Robert Saleh, which actually I think for him is a really good spot for him to be in a Robert Saleh defense. But listen, we talked about it. Tony Pauline was all over it a couple of weeks ago, maybe like even a week ago, saying the Jets were going to push hard for Demario Davis. They got him. I think he's getting is he getting like 12 a year? 11, 12 million a year?
Yeah,
and Alontae got the bag, bro. He got the bag.
Yeah. Got the bag, man. First day of free agency. Alontae. And then I'm seeing some Titans fans on the TL just hyped up, happy. And for Alontae.
Does he know? He doesn't know.
Which I just always find that funny because, the original team always be like ready for a guy to go, but like the new team is just like hype. You know what I'm saying?
To
I
a
just,
degree, bro. Like I think with us though, like we're fair. Like if it was a different, like Alante is so up, like so hot and cold, and
so
like
hot and cold.
his lows are so low, but like his highs, even like his highs is like yeah, that's a good ass corner, like a good slot blitz. He got a good sack.
Blitz. Yeah, you came in unblocked and sacked him, right? Oh, that's awesome.
But like coverage, I don't like. Listen, all that to say, this is not to be harp on Alante. Those are snap the things don't have a current slot right now. They don't have a slot.
It's a hole
corner.
Now. It's a hole.
It's a hole. There are like hundreds of snaps that are missing from that position that they have to figure out what the plan is, whether that be free agency, whether that be the draft. It becomes a hole and it becomes a need. So I get it. I think our Alante Taylor annoyance.
Caleb baby, Caleb down.
Need it, Wolf. I need it.
But Demario, man, I it was one of those ones where I was kind of ready to turn the page on Demario. Just from like it's just time for a new era. Sometimes it's just time for a change, That said, though, bro, Demario was one of the best Saints free agents ever. Like just outstanding, bro. Just from a linebacker, for somebody that enjoys linebacker play.
Here.
Oh man, it was so fun watching Demario Davis, bro. Just watching him, go against Aaron Rodgers, and he's up on the line of scrimmage listening to the play count and all that stuff, and him just directing the defense so smart, bro. And him coming in on those blitzes and just always like being a huge pressure player in coverage, man. Young, especially like early in his Saints career,
yes,
in coverage, like he covering tight ends down the seams and batting the ball away and stuff like that, bro. It was like unbelievable. I wish we could have got like a Super Bowl with him while he was here, but unfortunately that didn't happen. And look, he stuck around longer than he really had to, because like even going into the DA era, the Kellen era, he had chances to like punch the ticket and roll on out, but he kept coming back, signing team friendly deals and stuff like that. And now he was ready to go and get that bag, and that's a good bag, bro. Like if that's his final bag as a player, like that's a nice thank you for your service. You know what I'm saying? And what he meant to the community, his stuff that he did, as far as like criminal justice reform and a lot of the stuff he did, like just like voting the Saints and just being like a stand up dude, talking to kids and stuff like that. Gonna be sorely missed, man. But from just a football standpoint, I was ready to kind of just turn the page and just move on, which I think like we're seeing like Kellen Moore and the Saints are actually willing to do. Like they're ready to just kind of create this new era. Sean Payton left 3-4 years ago. We've had a DA era since then. Okay, like let's just make a new memories in the new era. Let's just move on. And I'm just willing to embrace that. Just embrace it. Don't fight it. Embrace it.
Embrace it, man. So I'm going to ask you this, and I'm not going to include Jonathan Vilma because he's more like he was a trade, so I'm including him out of this. Obviously, Drew's number one.
Yeah.
But in terms of second best Saints signings and free agent, I'm going to give you Demario. I'm going to give you Darren Sproles, and I'm going to give you someone who's currently incarcerated.
Oh.
Who's number two?
Who's number two? I'm gonna go Demario, man. I think Demario's the second best free agent. Did we trade for Joe Horn or did we sign him? I think we traded for Joe Horn because he was with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
He's with the Chiefs. He got drafted by the Chiefs, I want to say.
Yeah.
I think we traded for him, so I don't know if we include him. Aaron Brooks, we signed him. I would go with Demario Davis, man, as number two. Sproles, I almost want Sproles is definitely up there, bro. It's like Sproles easily number three, but like Sproles had like a great first 2 years he got here, and then it kind of trailed off a little bit. Like Demario was just, for him to be 36, 37, to playing the way he was playing, bro, just rock solid. So definitely one of the second best free agents the Saints ever pulled off, bro.
Top tier. And what's the theme I've said on this podcast for a little bit? I was like, bruh, can these niggas get back to like the NFL scouting again? Like, can they get back to that pro scouting?
Finding those diamonds in the rough, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow, nobody knew about that one. Like, nobody was when we signed Demario. I remember looking at it like, oh, okay, cool.
Whatever.
Like a solid little linebacker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I thought it was like a Klein or whatever who that was, just like a solid linebacker.
Yeah,
but he came in and it's like, oh shit, this dude like a linebacker. You know what I'm saying?
Changed the whole demeanor, attitude, everything
of the defense.
And listen, I'm not advocating this to be a point to draft Caleb Downs, but you done lost Demario.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows? They can add another linebacker. I know they want to add another linebacker. But the leadership, communication, setting everyone is a crucial piece that they're now missing. And I don't want to take away from Danny Stutzman, because if they're not able to bring in another linebacker or what have you, or maybe they can add like a cheap-ish linebacker or what have you, like this is going to be Danny Stutzman is going to be like the middle linebacker. Like it's going to be his position. And
I hope so.
He's shown some flashes, because even if they were to sign Devin Lloyd-Wolf, I don't think Devin Lloyd was going to be playing middle. I think he was going to be playing weak side. He's going to play. He would been taking over the Pete Warner position, and Pete Warner probably would have been looking either to get cut or get traded. I don't know that. I'm not saying that's source, but that's just like football, just common sense, right? But the idea of drafting a Caleb Downs, where he is so intelligent, so smart, can become that quote unquote quarterback for the defense, play that star position for Brandon Staley. Need to come out, because if he's there at 8 and they draft another player, I'm not gonna say who. We'll talk about that this weekend. They draft another player, bro. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to take it.
I don't think they would do that, bro. I don't think they'll do that.
I don't know if they can do
the best players in the draft, bro. He's the best or the second best player in the draft.
One or two. Like you can't
or two.
Anyhow, anything else?
Only thing I mentioned, Cam Jordan. He didn't get signed by anybody today or the Saints. Just something to monitor. He might maybe he still comes back with the Saints. Don't know.
And I do think I haven't heard of them wanting. Like I think they want to address pass rush and add at that position. But also with like what pass rushers are getting paid today.
What did we restructure Carl Granderson?
I think they did.
They did. Okay.
They restructured Big Creep. Jack Hunter said, "What if all the guys we were talking about are drafted, are taken, and Love is there?"
I'm interested. I'm interested myself, bro. I'm interested myself.
Listen, I can't say this for certain. I don't think they would do this, but a Love and Etienne backfield, and you're going to kind of fix your offensive line a little bit. You just this is what you do in the defense at this point. Well, you just and you can split Love out wide
all day,
or you can just interchange it, split Etienne out wide. Have Love. Listen, nigga, they can cook. I don't think they would do it. But then someone, Eugene Sutherland, who that from Philly? Oh yeah, Eugene, we've been in the chat before. When I heard the Falcons were signing Tua, I wanted to do the Josephine Johnny in the street.
Boy, I don't know what the Falcons are doing. I don't know.
No clue, bro. No clue, Wolf.
I really don't know.
I don't say this as a Saints fan that they may have been better off trading for Derek Carr, rather than signing for Tua Tagovailoa, bro.
I mean, you're not lying, bro.
And I get it. It's like it's a 1 year, $1.3 million deal. For me to say that, as much as I detest Derek Carr, do you know how bad that, bruh.
And here's the really messed up part. Tua might beat out Penix, bro. And I say that as somebody who liked Penix, but like
I did too. I love them a lot as a prospect, bro.
But Tua is annoying because he will do like some things that'll keep the offense like
yes
honest enough. on time.
Yes.
On schedule, where like a coach like Stefanski will be like, look, I'm going to just roll with Tua because, the offense moving. And I don't want no parts. Oh, my God. Falcons, that's on y'all, bro. Like, that's on y'all. Should just kept Kirk Cousins at that point. Shit. Did Kirk Cousins get let go? Did he? Like, is he a free agent yet? Or?
Yeah. He'll be he'll officially be released.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay.
Traytown Mayer said Tua is one hit away from not knowing his name tomorrow.
Bro.
Cold-blooded, bro. Let me just catch up with the chat real quick before we wrap up. Okay, Charles Hall said, before y'all leave, can y'all talk about how the vibes are going to be so much higher in the Dome next year? Just got a different feeling going into this year. I think you're spot on, Charles. This is what I want, and I talked about this on earlier episodes. I want to see how they respond to expectation.
Yes,
because listen, it's already building. You got Tyler.
Already building, bro.
You got Travis Etienne. You got your guard. You know Chris Olave. We'll see what happens in the draft. Don't let them draft like Caleb Downs at 8 and then follow it up with like a Chris Bell at 42. Right.
Hey, expectations is completely different, bro. Because nobody had any expectations last year. None.
And teams tend to show who they really are when like they have like the spotlight on them and the expectation on them. So the vibes in the Dome should be higher. And as we wrap this up, one thing I really like about today's moves is they all help Tyler Shuck.
Yes. Amen. And he was retweeting all of them, bro. He was quote tweeting every move. Hell yeah, let's go.
Did Derek Carr ever retweet, quote tweet anything in free agency, bro?
I don't know, bro. Maybe on IG he'll put up like a flag or some shit. I don't know.
It was just so refreshing to see because all this being done for him should be able to help him as a quarterback. His job is easier. He has better protection. He doesn't have to throw as much as they're able to run the ball effectively with Travis Etienne. He'd hand that ball off, boom, could be a 40-yard touchdown, like unexpected. Those are the things that smart teams do to help alleviate the pressure off the quarterback. You can even argue that even though he's hurt, the Chiefs did that when they signed Kenneth Walker today, right? All the pressure don't have to be on number 15. Just hand that ball off. Look.
And I actually saw arguments saying, like, why would you pay a running back when you have Patrick freaking Mahomes? It's like
one of the better moves that the Patriots did in their dynasty is when they signed Corey Dillon. I don't know if he's a free agent. They traded for him from the Bengals. So then Tom Brady didn't have to go out there and throw all the time to win the game. You could just hand the ball off. Your offensive line
before Patrick Mahomes got hurt, he was their leading rusher. Like that's
come on, bro.
As great as Patrick Mahomes is, you don't want him doing that. Like, no, that's not what you want. And he's going into like his 30 era. Like he's not going to be able to just like be like he was, man. Like so that just made making that move and going hard in it. That should just tell you everything you need to know. You know,
everything. That's one I'll get to. Who y'all want? Patrick asked who y'all want the Saints to draft. Go listen to our Prospect of the Week episodes. We have our clouds. We just did Mekhi Lemon yesterday. We did the Mekhi Lemon Prospect of the Week episode yesterday. You need to be a Patreon, $3 a month. $3 a month or a YouTube member, $4.99 a month. You'll get the unlimited full access of the Mekhi Lemon Prospect of the Week episode. And at the end, you'll have our clouds of who we have in terms of our clouds of the players we'd want the Saints to draft if we were picking the team. All right. Wrapped it up. Here's the thing, y'all. We might have to come back tomorrow. Like we don't know what tomorrow will bring. So I'm not going to say when we're going to be back next because we don't know. We might be back tomorrow. They might do some shit on Wednesday. And it just feels like this free agency thing, like it's just kind of against, like there's a lot of other dominoes that need to drop. They haven't dropped.
Was it more active to you, I just felt active as hell.
It was active,
Maybe
bro.
it was because of the Saints was involved. I don't know, but they had like trades going on. You just had so much happening. It was great, man. This was a great to say, even though it wasn't like there wasn't like a big free agent in this like free agency class. I thought it was fun, man. It was pretty active.
It was very fun. So we'll be back probably another time this week to get y'all caught up with all the happenings that are happening with the New Orleans Saints and free agency. And then we will also then be coming live this upcoming, well, not live, but we'll be recording this weekend our Prospect of the Week episode. I think it's time for us to do Mansour Delane. Time for us to do Mansour Delane. Prospect of the Week this weekend. So we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all for all the support. We're wrapping this up with 114 current viewers, 619 views. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We'll be back probably this week, sooner than this weekend. With that, we are out.
Peace.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.